Hi there folks, today we're checking out the Skullcandy Dime. Let's do this. Hi there folks, and welcome back to Novum Verum. Today we have my very first Skullcandy review. This is the Skullcandy Dime. As you can see, it's just in a plain black box with quite a few highlights listed here. I do appreciate that there are these pieces of tape here that serve as factory seals. So let's just go ahead and crack her open, shall we? That's pretty straightforward. QR code there. I guess this just like pops out. Oh. Alrighty, before we get to that, let's check the accessories. Oh. Okay. I do not like that, that they just had the earbud tips, and I guess that's a little lanyard there, just loose in the box. User guide, and here, there's that other tip, and a micro USB charging cable. Bit of a dated technology there. Yeah, not quite sure why they just left it loose in there. Maybe it's just so there'd be less plastic. I'm not too sure. But you can have like a little paper envelope if that was the case. But anyhow. Here is the dime. Little LED light there right next to the micro USB port. All the legal stuff there. Little hole for the lanyard. Oh. So there's no locking mechanism on this, which I do not like. There is a small magnet, which is okay, but I do like that it clips, like they have these clips here to lock it. But I wish they had some sort of locking mechanism to keep the lid open. There she is. Oh, I do appreciate that they have these stickers over the charging contacts. Go. It's a little dusty, which is surprising considering it was in a bag, but anyhow, these are larger than I expected. At least this ear part, this circular area here of the bud. Anyhow, there you have it folks, the Skullcandy Dime. I'm gonna go ahead, charge this baby up, connect it to my phone, and we'll take it for a test drive. Give me a moment folks, I'll be right back. Thanks.
All right, folks, here we are doing the audio test for the Skullcandy Dimes, which I have on, as you guys can see. I'll be upfront with you guys. As soon as I put these on, the fit isn't the greatest, especially this one on my right ear. It's actually just like hanging in my ear. They have fallen out on me, unfortunately, as I was going down my stairs in my house. The This one is a little bit more secure. Again, not everybody's ears are the same, so this is just a personal issue of mine. But anyhow, let's talk more about the performance of these as I step outside and do the outdoor portion of this test. Here we go. There's a bit of a breeze, but it's actually the first time I haven't had an opportunity to have a full conversation outside. I have used them indoors. I was told that my voice quality isn't the greatest. I'm still coming through clear enough that they understand what I'm saying, but some people have said that they've had some distortions. They can hear some distortions to my voice, and a lot of background noise. Also, they use like mechanicalness. This will demonstrate that. Sound quality is mediocre at best. The highs, mids, and lows, and the bass, they're there, but the level of clarity isn't the greatest. I wish there was more to honestly, I was expecting something more on the only ones that my niece had they were wired, they were wireless, so the quality was definitely not better than only person or previous experience with Skullcandy. So kind of despite the wind has picked up. Got a bit of a chill there up my spine. So I'm gonna head home, check the audio, and be back. Thanks, guys.
Alright folks, it's postmortem time for the Skullcandy Dime. It's going to be a pass for me for quite a few reasons. First, the sound quality. Out of the box, these are quite plain, very vanilla. But I will say that the sound profile is neutral, so I was able to jump into my equalizer, make some adjustments, and get these to sound pretty good, a lot better than it was out of the box. However, what I could not improve upon whatsoever was the bass. It's quite lacking. Even with my bass boost on, I could not get the depth that I was really looking for, especially when I'm watching movies and want that immersive experience. Speaking about movies and just videos in general, there is a definite latency issue with these. Now, supposedly this is Bluetooth 5.0, but the kind of performance I was seeing, and especially with that latency issue, I think the connectivity is more like Bluetooth 2.0. There is a definite discrepancy between, you know, the actions on the screen and, you know, the actors' lips moving to you actually hearing their voices and what's going on. It's a split second, granted, but it's very noticeable, especially when you're trying to watch an entire movie. It's obviously more evident while playing games, and I'm not even talking about those sound effects heavy first-person shooters that I always like to play, but I'm just talking about, you know, simple puzzle gem crunching games. There is a massive discrepancy between the action on the screen to the sounds coming through on the earbuds. So yeah, very disappointing and very annoying when it comes to watching movies and whatnot. As to call quality, well, as we all saw in the audio test, these performed poorly. The mics pick up everything, especially as soon as I stepped outside and the wind just drowned me out completely. There is no CVC technology in these whatsoever. Nothing to dampen or limit any of the ambient sounds from filtering into the conversation. And my friends have confirmed this. No matter where I was, any background noise would come through. So if you were to use this, the best place would be indoors with no ambient sound whatsoever. Big pet peeve of mine are these physical controls. Now, don't get me wrong, I've had other earbuds I've tested out that had physical controls and they work perfectly fine. There's only one other standout that I can think of where the buttons were just absolutely annoying. Um, with the other one that I'm referring to, I'm either thinking of an NX Fire and MPOW that I did quite a few months back, and I actually had to like really press in on the button just to get it to actuate. With these ones, it's not such that the buttons are difficult to actuate. It's the fact that they are quite small and they're underneath this rubberized cover on the earbuds themselves. I basically had to use my thumbnail to be able to hit it and get it to actuate and use the controls. And you can imagine having them in your ears, you try to push that stuff in. It was very uncomfortable to say the least. Yeah, they could have done a better job with this. I actually, when I picked this up, I thought they were touch controls, but obviously they're not. They're physical controls, and it's very hard to manipulate them when you have them on. Another issue that I have with these is the fit. Granted, not all ears are created equal, but unfortunately for me, these did not sit well in my ears whatsoever. The left one was a little bit more secure, but the right one, I could just not get them to sit properly or securely. Tried the different earbud tips, nothing helped whatsoever. And I have to say it's more of the way these are designed. So this big bulbous area right here, let me just try to focus in on that. There we go. It's actually quite large. It's bigger than a dime in circumference, and it's quite thick. However, it's not rounded. See how like it's pretty. Oh, let me try to get it focused right there. It's pretty flat on this end. Usually, it should be rounder, so like a light bulb, to get it to sit into this nook in your ear a lot better. But since it's flat, it just would not get that contact on the back of my ear. So yeah, it's just quite annoying because it kept on falling out. At least my right earbud was constantly falling out, even while just, you know, running up and down the stairs. So yeah, that's one other thing. And lastly, the data technology, specifically the micro USB. Now, with the great majority of people who have switched to Type C, having an extra cord out specifically to charge this particular product out makes absolutely no sense. Me, I like to keep everything clean and neat as much as I can, and having extra cords laying about makes no sense whatsoever. So yeah, really annoyed about that. Now, as to the price, you'll be surprised to find out that I did not buy these on Amazon. I actually bought them at Best Buy a couple months back. Quick story, I had gone to Montreal for a quick weekend trip, and I thought I had forgotten my earbuds. So I went to a local Best Buy over there, picked these guys up, and it wasn't until I was on my way back to the hotel that I realized where I had actually packed my earbuds. So I never actually opened these up until I did the unboxing here. So yeah, but these are actually the same price on Amazon as they are at Best Buy. They're going for $39.99 Canadian. With taxes, it came out to a little under 46 bucks. I think it's $45.19. At that price point, I cannot recommend these whatsoever. Even on sale, I've seen them go as low as $28.99 on Amazon. At that price, it's very hard for me to be able to say like this is something to consider. You know, the data technology, the latency issues, the call quality, the lack of bass, the list just goes on and on. I wasn't very happy with these. So yeah, there you have it, folks. The Skullcandy Dime. I cannot recommend these whatsoever. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I have more products on the way. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe. You'll have an opportunity to win an Amazon gift card. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.